Welcome to Module 4. In this module, you will learn about limits, laws, and zones. Limits. The following are the speed limits in Illinois, unless otherwise posted. Interstates and tollways have a speed limit of 70 miles per hour. Four-lane highways have a speed limit of 65 miles per hour. Other highways and rural roads have a speed limit of 55 miles per hour. Main roads have a speed limit of 30 miles per hour. Residential roads have a speed limit of 25 miles per hour. Alleys have a speed limit of 15 miles per hour. School zones have a speed limit of 20 miles per hour on school days between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m. when children are present and signs are posted. There are several situations in which you should reduce speed. As you approach intersections, hills, curves, shaded areas due to possible ice in winter, and narrower roads. If the weather is making it difficult to control the vehicle and/or if it is severely reducing your visibility, if there is heavy traffic, if there are pedestrians present, if road conditions are poor. Laws. Illinois is an at-fault state, which means that the insurance provider of the driver who is at fault in a collision must compensate any other injured parties for property damage and/or medical costs. By law, all Illinois drivers must carry at least liability insurance. Liability insurance pays for property damage and/or medical costs for the party who was not at fault. There are additional insurance plans, such as collision or comprehensive, that drivers may choose to carry, which will pay for damages and/or medical costs incurred by the driver who was at fault in the collision. Drivers must keep proof of their insurance in their car at all times and must show that proof of insurance if involved in a collision or if stopped by a police officer. Illinois law prohibits the use of handheld cell phones while driving. Hands-free and Bluetooth technology is allowed for drivers age 18 or over. Even though studies have shown that using hands-free technology is a dangerous distraction while driving, Illinois law prohibits motorists from wearing a double headset while driving. A double headset is headphones or earphones that are used with both ears. Beginning on July 1, 2019, the first offense of texting while driving in Illinois is considered a moving violation. It will go on the driver's record, and the driver will incur a $75 fine. Remember from Module 1, 3 moving violations in a year will result in a suspended license. If you need to respond to a text or answer a call, pull over so that you are not blocking traffic. Put your hazards on, park the car, then make the call. Motorcycle and moped operators may use intercom helmets to allow the driver and/or passengers to speak to one another. Illinois law prohibits motorists from driving onto a railroad crossing or entering an intersection with a marked crosswalk if there isn't enough space to allow trains, pedestrians, or other vehicles through. It is illegal to back up on the shoulder or the main roadway on any controlled access roadway. When dropping passengers at the curb, drivers should remind their passengers to exit on the curb side rather than opening the door on the street side. This reduces the chance of a collision between the person leaving the vehicle and a car, motorcycle, or bicycle in the traffic lane. For cyclists' safety, driver's education courses are now teaching exiting a vehicle by using the Dutch reach, which entails opening the door with the opposite side hand. This repositions the person opening the door to look for any cyclists who may be approaching the car on either side.
Bicyclists are frequently injured by automobile drivers and passengers who open their doors before checking for bicyclists. Before your passenger leaves, remind them to exit from the sidewalk side rather than step into traffic on the side street. This simple step also protects your passenger from being struck by a bicycle or motor vehicle that could be driving in the lane next to your taxi. Safety tip: check for cyclists before you open your door. Look for cyclists when exiting and entering vehicles near bike lanes. Crashes due to doorings cause critical injuries and deaths every year, yet are easily avoidable. Violations may result in a fine.
In front of a public or private driveway, within 15 feet of a fire hydrant, within 20 feet of a fire station driveway, within 20 feet of a crosswalk at an intersection, within 30 feet of a stop sign, yield sign, or traffic control sign. When parking uphill, turn your wheels away from the curb. This way, if the car rolls backward, the tire will hit the curb and prevent the car from sliding down. Zones. If you are driving through a school zone and school is in session, typically between 7 a.m. and 4 p.m., you must do the following. Discontinue any wireless Bluetooth use of cell phones unless you are using a single-ear, hands-free device. Reduce your speed to 20 miles per hour. Yield the right-of-way to any pedestrians, either in or outside of a crosswalk. When approaching a construction zone or the scene of an emergency, in Illinois, you must discontinue any wireless Bluetooth use of cell phones unless using a single-ear, hands-free device. Yield the right-of-way to all authorized vehicles or workers. If possible, you should change lanes to move away from the construction zone or emergency site in accordance with the Move Over Law, which was designed to ensure the safety of everyone working in or driving past a construction zone or an emergency situation. The Move Over Law requires motorists to change lanes to move away from any vehicle using flashing or oscillating lights. This includes any vehicle displaying hazard lights in the right lane or on the shoulder, including tow trucks, fire trucks, ambulances, and regular motorists' vehicles. Children under the age of 8 must be secured in an appropriate child restraint system. If a child under the age of 8 is being transported in a truck that only has seat belts in the front seat, they must be secured in an appropriate child restraint system. You may click the plus button to read your state's laws regarding child restraints in motor vehicles. No vehicle may transport more passengers than there are available and functioning seat belts. That would be all for Module 4. Quiz optional. Test your understanding by clicking and answering the questions below. Module 4 complete. Please click on Mark as Completed button to finalize and proceed to Module 5 by clicking Next Lesson.